Hey my divas, what's up? It's your girl and I'm back again. Today I am going to do the first impressions or review, whatever you want to call it, for this new foundation that I picked up, which is the Maybelline Fit Me. I am in color 330. There is one shade darker than this, and then there are several that are lighter. At least 5, if not more. There also is a new Maybelline concealer. I did not get that. But I do have their face primer. So, I want to just put this on for you guys. I have worn this before, so I can tell you what my thoughts are after I've applied it and you see how it, looks on my skin. I hope that my lighting is like perfect today. So just going to start by shaking this up a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. But anyway, it sounds a little liquidy, but it's not. And I'm going to put some of this this is the Master Prime, the Blur and Smooth. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my face. I feel like it's been such a long time since I did like a tutorial or first impressions or anything like that for you guys. And when I put this on my skin, this Blur and Smooth, it does blur. It feels kind of weird because it feels like a lotion or like a suntan or something like that lotion, but it definitely does blur it out. I can kind of see it on my hands, but I doubt you guys are gonna be able to tell that. But yeah, it does, like, it's very subtle. It's not anything like, the Professional from Benefit, but it's comparable. So I just put a little bit of this on my brush, and believe it or not, that's enough to do my whole face. This stuff is thick. As you can see, it's not falling off the brush. So what I would do normally is just dot it. And I know it may not look like my color, but trust me, it's my color. And this stuff doesn't dry too quickly, but it's not gonna give you a whole lot of time to maneuver it. So this foundation claims that it will be matte and poreless, that it matches your skin's natural tone, it gives you a seamless finish, and I think that's about all that it claims. Oh, 12 hours of wear and shine control. Okay, so what I can tell you is it definitely gives you a good, nice finish. I hope you guys can see this. Now, I didn't cover up every single little thing. Usually my concealer would get this, but I can go in again with another layer so you can see how it builds. So I will pull this down my throat first. That's usually what I do. And the color, it's close, you guys, but it is not my actual shade. Especially when I apply the powder, you can tell that it's a little ashy. And I don't feel like it's too light. I kind of feel like it's a little muddy ashy. Does that make sense to my brown colored sisters? When you get that mix of muddy, but I don't know. It just looks dirty. But I mean, like, not right now. It doesn't look like that. But if I apply too much powder, it looks a little dirty. So you have to be careful because they give you like a sponge in here with the powder. It looks like this. You lift it up. There's your sponge, and you guys see how much darker that looks than this. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So this is definitely matte. I wouldn't say it's poreless. When you get up close, you can definitely see your pores, things like that. Nothing's gonna make your pores go away, but this definitely does mattify them, make them look smaller from far away visually. So like this side of my face is like really, really nice, but this side of my face I have big pores, large pores, and I can still clearly see them. So what I do normally now is just go in with my brush, kind of tap it all over, get some on there, and then lightly dust my face. Now that I've dusted my face with the powder, like, I look ready to go. I love this foundation. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. I'm gonna zoom you guys out a little bit. Not in, out. Yeah. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It is matte. I said that a lot, but it is matte. This will last on me not for 12 hours, but for 10. At about 6.5, 7, it starts to break down. It doesn't look bad. It fades away evenly on my skin. That could be different for you, but it fades away evenly on my skin. And about 10 hours in, it's done. Like, it needs to come off. And I do have 10-hour days. Today is a Monday, and normally I'll be in class, but I skipped class today like a bad little girl to do this for you. Not just that. Like, I had other things to do, but anyway, don't judge me. So normally I would get up and leave the house by 4:30 or 5 and be gone until 7. So I guess that's way longer than 10 hours. Well, anyway, when I get ready to come home, about an hour before I get ready to come home, which is like 6 o'clock, my face looks like poo. So yeah, this would be like my everyday foundation. Like I said, I'm in 330. Well, if I could ever, yeah, I'm in 330 in both, and that is supposed to be toffee caramel. But I would recommend this. I think that if you're my complexion, and when I wear MAC, I'm an NC45. When I wear the Maybelline, I am always a toffee caramel. When I wear Revlon, I believe I am, ooh, excuse me, when I wear L'Oreal, I am a 6.5. So I hope that helps you guys with anything, like, comparison wise, because the only other high-end foundation I've ever worn was MAC. I haven't worn anything else. So yeah, I really, really like it. I don't want to go on and on and on about this foundation, but it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Normally I would set it with this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Makeup Setting Spray and just mist my face, and that really does lock it in. I do find that you will have to blot, but not as much as I do with my other drugstore foundations. Especially with like my L'Oreal True Match. I have to blot a lot with this. This is so super duper light, and it will break down on my skin very, very quickly because I'm oily and the sun is out, it's warmer. With this particular foundation from Maybelline, it will last me a good 4 hours before I have to blot. And I just take some of my blotting papers and then touch my face, go right back in with the powder, and repowder. And everything is beautiful the way it was when I first applied it. So I paid $6.99 for this as well as this. And I think that's an awesome price. So I hope that this helped you guys to figure out, especially my brown girls, because I was looking for tutorials on this foundation for brown skinned women. There are a lot of foundations out there, but not all of them cater to us that are in that series of colors, because there's so many different brown skinned women. You could be a one that has like red tones. My mother has red tones in her skin. I have orange tones, but they're not, it's more neutral than it is orange. And like when I wear MAC, I'm very, very Oompa Loompa, and I don't get that. So I wanted to know if this was true to the shade, and for the most part it is. Just don't go so heavy cakey on the powder, and I think that you will absolutely love it. So you get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard, and you are also going to get 8.5 grams of powder. Deuces.